Yo, 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 yo. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Maxandjuancast. Max.
Hello, Juan.
I almost said live show.
Oh, my God. Almost.
We do so many lives these days.
We do lives, especially one for the draft. It's coming up.
Exactly. 2023 NFL draft is right around the corner. Make sure to join us for our live stream. Maybe a special guest. But regardless, we're going to be here. Raw reactions.
100%.
All 32 picks, like always. And welcome back to the top 5 prospect series, man. Today we're doing offensive linemen, the get down dirty, nasty motherfuckers. And we got a good class.
How do you feel about this class compared to last year's?
I love it. I think it's better.
In terms of what? I don't think the tackles are as good, top end.
Top end, no.
Because last year we had Ickey, we had Evan Neal, a guy we were both probably too low on, Charles Cross. Yeah. Wow. How about Abraham Lucas? We didn't even mention that much last year.
Yes.
The guy, I want to just say real quick that you loved that we didn't talk, that had a really, would you say bad rookie year? Trevor Penning.
Yeah. Really bad.
Yeah.
Got like fucking suspended from the team at times and shit.
Very weird.
It was too nasty.
A little bit. And guys like Daniel Falele playing for Baltimore, just big old ugly some bitches.
But you know what? We got a lot of diversity in this class. And
do you think we'll have different lists? I feel like this has been a theme.
Most definitely.
Very big theme.
The way that we do it, we do tackles, we do guards, and centers, okay? Could we do more? Yes. But you know what? Got to give it to the masses, bro. All right? We got to widen our horizons, and we got to clump them all together, okay? If that made any sense.
That didn't, but it's good. One logic. We're going to broaden it, but we're going to make it as small as possible. Lego.
But, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Your list or my list first?
I'll give mine. Number 1, Paris Johnson, tackle out of Ohio State. 2, Osiris Torrence, the guard out of Florida. 3, Dawand Jones, the tackle out of Ohio State. Couple teammates. 4, Peter Skronski out of Northwestern. 5, Broderick Jones out of Georgia. A lot of tackles on mine.
Wow. Early on in the process, I heard a lot of whispers out there that the tackle class wasn't that good. Watched it. I would say it's not bad.
I think there's a lot of not necessarily impact year 1, but year 2, watch out. I don't think it's like the tackle class of Andrew Thomas, Jedrick Wills, Wirfs. Who's the other tackle from that class? Somebody else. But those guys came in and were impact guys right away.
Mekhi Becton.
Mekhi Becton, yeah. Those guys came in, we're good. I don't necessarily think that other than the top 3 guys are going to come in. I wouldn't even say Dawand Jones is necessarily a 1-year plug-and-play guy. Maybe he has to work on the body just a touch, but there's a lot of things I like about him moving forward. So maybe in 2 years we'll be like, maybe by this time next year, we'll be like, oh, look out for these guys. You know what I mean? There's no blue chipper. I
disagree.
A tackle for me. I wouldn't say
tackle. No,
I wouldn't say this is a Joe Thomas or who else, like Wills. I don't think there's a guy as good as Wills coming out, or Thomas. That's just my own opinion. You know, there's a couple guys I really liked. I didn't put on the list at guard and center. There's some good centers, I think. No one as good as Linderbaum from last year in my book.
I disagree.
Well, you're going to disagree with me a lot then, so let's get into it. So give me your list. Go ahead.
Number 1, my first blue chip on the offense in all of the draft. I wanted to put Bryce Young as a blue chipper, but he's not. John Michael-Schimtz.
The center? Really?
Center. He's a blue chipper for me. That's how fucking good I think he is.
Okay.
Number 2, Peter Skronski.
I said Skronik once and it's
I know. It stuck with me. Peter Skoronski from Northwestern, tackle.
Okay.
Number 3, Darnell Wright, tackle.
Oh, Tennessee. Wow. Okay.
4, Steve Avila.
Center.
No, not center. Guard
TCU. Okay.
5, Osiris, guard, Florida.
Really? You're that low on Osiris?
Yes.
Wow.
I'm not that low. I mean,
well, you're not low, but yeah, I get you.
But definitely have Steve above him.
Okay.
I don't like your list. Just
I know you don't. I know you don't because you're a hater.
I don't. I
You're a hater.
Completely disagree with it.
I disagree with yours. How does that feel?
honestly,
It's the biggest piece of dog shit.
I think mine's just freaking nice. You know, I think yours is all right. You know, I just think it's okay. It's something light.
So let's go ahead and talk about my first blue chipper. Okay. Surefire. It's gonna be great. He's probably gonna go in the second round. It's gonna be absolutely ludicrous, but I think he's gonna be fucking phenomenal, man. Smart player. He has the nasty. He has the feet. Hell of a finisher, bro. I'm gonna try to get this clip on our video in the Senior Bowl. Pancaking people 15 yards, 5 yards down the field. It's great to watch. And Senior Bowl in general, dominated. Absolutely dominated the Senior Bowl. Last year, a lot of guys were thinking he was going to come out. Didn't come out. I know he's from a small school, Minnesota, 6'3", 301. But has some great balance as a center. He's not your athletic like Jason Kelsey. You know, oh my God, let's pull this guy. Let's
let him get out in space.
Yeah, he's not like that. He's not like, oh my God, the greatest athlete. But
I really like how quick he is though off the snap, really quick. Well, he's 23 years old, right? So it's an old rookie. But what you can notice from being so old and around the block is he really understands the nuances. Yeah. Where I don't necessarily think he's gonna just be like, all right, Jordan Davis is in front of me. I'm going to throw his ass to the next guy over. No, but he's like, I'm going to just do enough to get him out of the way. You know what I mean? I'm going to just get him at right the angle so the running back can just pop through the hole. He's just really good when it comes to that. He's almost like a veteran. But again, he's an older guy. Yeah. The one thing I really worry about, Juan, is he just doesn't – I saw some power concerns where I was like, if guys just get up in him, and it's a thing with a lot of centers because, one, it's really hard to, snap the ball and then just dig in against the biggest, baddest freaks of nature like – Derek Brown and Dominican Sue back in the day. So it's not necessarily easy, but it just gives me a question. It's a question that's there that I would want you to answer if you were going to sell me on this guy.
I would disagree, man. I think he does pretty
so maybe
good against those guys.
I'm overblowing it.
Yeah, I would say this. He struggles more with the more athletic guys.
Yeah, he definitely lacks elite athleticism.
Like if he goes against like a guy like Maurice Hurst, you know, a small D tackle that's very athletic and can swim.
Like a Puna Ford almost?
Yeah. Okay. Guys like that, I can see him struggling with guys like that. But I think he's going to be just fine, dude.
The smarts really stood out with him, and that's what you want as a center. Now, here's why I didn't have him 1. I probably had him closer to 7 because it's important to have a great center. A good center can change a lot. But unfortunately, and this is maybe I don't know if it's bias or just kind of an old school way of thinking. It's just, especially with today's edge rushers, you got to get these guys that can protect the edge. You know, the blind spot is still a thing. It still matters. Yeah. You need to have good tackles because, one, there's some freaks on the inside. But when you really think about guys who are freaks like Trayvon Walker, he's on your tackle. And sometimes he'll kick in and play at guard. So the center position for me doesn't hold as much value. It's important, but I love tackles. Personally, that's just how I feel. And I think you've always been more about just, I don't care how good the guy is. If it's a center, it's really good. We'll take him. Yeah. And this guy can be a starter for you for 10 plus years. He's really good.
That's the way I think. I think he's pro ready. He's going to be a great NFL player.
High floor guy.
Most definitely. I think he's going to be like an all pro guy for years to come.
You really think he's better than Linderbaum?
Yes. I think he's
They are different though.
And they're different styles, most
different.
Definitely, but I love John Michael-Schmintz, bro.
I could see him sneaking into the first.
Has a wrestling background. It's always good.
Wrestlers are good.
It's always good.
I didn't know that. I might change my mind now.
But my comp for him, David Andrews / Ben Jones.
I like that one. I really like that one. He's a good player, good football player. Okay, you want to go through your list first because we're so different? I'm cool with that. Let's mix it up. Yeah, let's go through your list.
Number 2. First tackle off the board, but a lot of people would consider him a guard. Peter
Skronski.
Why do I keep?
Because of the guy from the Rams, Skoronski.
Skoronski. Why?
Because I said
Peter Skronski, Northwestern, 6'4", 313 pounds.
Let me ask the question. Is there a fear of Rashawn Slater? Because I would say both of us.
I'm not making that mistake again, Max. I'm not doing it.
I don't think he's.
I don't give a fuck about the arms.
I don't think he's Rashawn Slater.
I think he is.
I don't think he's as he's very polished, but I don't think he's the athlete Rashawn Slater is. And yeah, I'm not gonna over exaggerate the arms. And I know with Rashawn Slater, they talked about the Chase Young game and how, I mean, I think we made a very valid point. It's 28-0 after like 10 minutes. So was Chase Young really like, let me make sure I injure myself going after this guy? I don't think so. He's a good athlete to me. I like his frame. He was my fourth tackle. 6'4", 313, really good. He's really quick out of his stance, gets to the guys. I think he's going to do better against the guys that are fast, other than the guys who are long and strong. I think that's where the weakness comes in. Because I would have said the same thing about Rashawn Slater. And obviously, Rashawn Slater's played 1 year of football. I don't count last year because what, he get hurt? Second game of the year?
Yeah.
He barely played. The one thing I said, I don't think he's the nastiest dude in the world, but I don't think that's what he is. He's a technician. He's not just like, I'm going to maul you. He's like, let me get my hands in the right spot. Let me just out-technique you to death.
Technician.
But the thing I'm worried about is sometimes you can't out-technique guys. Sometimes it's like, holy shit, this guy is coming at me. He's good. Like Khalil Mack in his prime.
Yeah, his anchor. His
He's
anchor
just
is
like, excuse me, coming in. So that's what I worry about. I think he could play guard, but I think he'll make it as a tackle. But he could play guard. Definitely could play guard.
He'll be an all-pro guard.
Yeah, 100%.
He'll be an all-pro guard.
Yeah.
Maybe he won't be as good as Rashawn Slater because Rashawn Slater from the first year looks like a future Hall of Famer the way that he plays. So big shoes to fill because I think a lot of people are going to expect him to play like Rashawn Slater.
I try to take in some of the Rashawn Slater stuff we were wrong about, and I try not to overreact to it. I think you're slightly overreacting personally, but you're an emotional guy. You're not like me. You're not cool and calculating. You're a Raider fan. You're emotional.
I think that's bullshit because in the wide receivers, you were switching your shit all types of different ways.
No, that's because you got in my head. You got in my head, When your boy gets in your head, you know how it can be, right? It was traumatic. It was, what's the word Joey used?
Trauma?
No, the other one where I compartmentalize my feeling. Yeah,
Yeah. That's a good and bad thing. Tiger Woods style,
Yeah, 100%. He's good. He's really good.
I love him, dude. I think he's technically sound, high IQ, versatile guy. Okay. If he doesn't work out on the tackle, throw him in at guard, he'll be fine. Mm-hmm. One of the comps I had from Elton Jenkins.
Oh, I like that one. Yeah. I literally put Rashawn Slater light. Poor man's Rashawn.
And I think he's gonna tell GMs, he's gonna be like, I'll be fine. Just put me at tackle. Yeah. Let me go ahead and do it. He's going to show it.
I wonder whose arms were longer, do you think? Him or Rashawn's?
I want to say they're almost
He had 32 and a quarter arms, I believe. Because that was the big thing, right? Rashawn?
Yeah.
33. Oh, Rashawn had that quarter of an inch.
Quarter of an inch matters.
Size matters.
All right. Who's your number one? Let's go.
Do you think it's crazy, though, that so 33 and an inch arms, you're in the 28th percentile. With 32 and 3/4, you're 4%. That quarter of an inch, I guess. Keep going through your list. Keep working through it because you didn't even have my guy. So work through your list. I want to hear it. Let's go.
All right, number 3, Darnell Wright.
So that was 6. That was 6 for me.
Okay.
Tennessee. Did you love that offense of his? They never run at anything.
You know what though, man? I think he has the best pass pro in this class.
Well, this is what a tackle's supposed to look like. He's 6'5", 333 pounds, just built, really good athlete. I think he ran like a 5.40, which is just what you want to see. Yeah. Does he ever get pushed back? Never really see him get pushed back.
Massive anchor. He has a strong base. He has the best feet in this class as a tackle, and he has the best kick sets.
The one thing I worry about him is pad level because he's tall, naturally tall. You always have to worry about. Skoronski, he thinks 6'3". It's just a little bit more ideal, but he plays sometimes a little high in my book.
To me, I put on here, he looks like a boxer because the way that his feet moves, like Muhammad Ali out there.
Yeah,
because his feet. At first, it seems so weird, but it works for him.
He played both left and right tackle, which very valuable in today's NFL.
And one of the biggest things right here, and I'm going to try to bring up the tape for you guys. He stood his own 2 weeks in a row. Will Anderson, who's a top 5 pick possibly, and BJ Al-Jalari.
Solid player.
LSU.
Yeah, NFL bloodlines on that guy.
And those are 2 NFL-ready prospects who are highly touted, and he held his own.
How do you feel about him as a run blocker?
it can. He's not nasty. He's not like, oh my God, fucking road grader here.
No, he's not.
But what is the league all about, Max?
It's all about pass pro.
Exactly.
No one's gonna. If you're a tackle and you can pass, protect, throw him in.
Now, does he need some refinement to his game a little bit? Yes.
He's not
definitely.
the technician that's great, but he gets done with just raw tools, which I like.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. He's the raw tool guy.
Did you have a comp for him?
Yes. Jedrick Wills mixed in with Jason Peters.
Ooh. He's going to play till he's like 44 and needs to hang it up.
So
I went with Christian Darrisaw. Reminded me of him a little bit, just from the natural size and stuff. Darrisaw was good last year before all the concussions. I think he's more powerful, though, than Darrisaw coming out. So I really like this kid. I'm you're getting in my head again. I should have put him in 5 maybe.
I think he's going to be first round. No fucking questions asked. And
10 linemen in the first round? No, not 10. 8?
Yeah, there's always needy.
If there's 8, like if there's 4 tackles and like a guard and 2 centers, you're like, that's almost a quarter of the picks.
Right. I would say this.
And a lot of the teams that have quarterbacks, that need quarterbacks, have multiple picks.
Yeah. I want to go on a stretch and say he goes top 15. I don't know if he's the first tackle, though.
I think he's like right at the end of the first.
You think?
I think so.
I don't think so.
Okay. So who's your fourth guy? Steve Avila?
Steve Avila. So let's go over Steve Avila, 6'3", 332 pounds, out of TCU.
That's
guard.
Good for a guard like that.
Yeah. Bully ball.
Yeah.
Best way to put it, he puts you in a phone booth. Like, that's where he wants you.
I loved what I saw at the Senior Bowl.
Yeah. Some of the best tape.
Granted, it's not. This isn't how football's played, but it's awesome to see. Like when the one-on-ones, you can take some.
Yes.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
Talk about tape against some of the best guys, best of the best. Look at the tape against Jalen Carter. Both him and Osiris played against Jalen Carter this year. He did better against Jalen Carter than Osiris did.
I agree.
He handled it a lot.
You know, I give him a little bit of the John Michael-Schmintz. He's 23-year-old. He's a guy. You know, he's not playing 20-year-olds and stuff. He's a grown man. You know, he's an adult. I think he's an instant plug and play guy. I like Steve Avila. Yeah. There's a lot to like. There's really a lot to like in these guys. You know, I know you didn't like my list, but I think you're gonna see when I go. You can be like, I get what you saw. Mm. I think you'll say that these guys might be better right now. This guy might be better right now than Osiris with the technician. He's more refined. But again, he lacks some of this just raw stuff Osiris has in my book.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, super close. Like the gap between 5 and 4 for me.
He definitely isn't a mover, this guy, in my book. He lacks some lateral quickness. Like, yeah. You know, you're not going to ask him to pull.
Slow feet, not very athletic. Kind of a little bit scheme dependent. You put him in his own blocking scheme, he's probably not going to succeed. I don't think he gets out of the third round at the fucking least. Like day 2, regardless of what happens. He's not a day 3 guy for sure. Osiris may get picked because maybe he has better tools, but I like Avila better, bro.
So let's go to Osiris because we both have him.
Did you have a comp for Avila?
I think I put Eric McCoy.
I got John Feliciano.
I put Eric McCoy because he has the position. I think he played center too, right? So Osiris, he was my number 2 guy. He's an older guy too, 23. You know, he struggled against Jalen Carter. I won't deny it. You know, what I love, though, is like, man, he kills people. He's so mean. He's a big, nasty SOB. He can be off balance at times, which I think is something I saw a little bit in a lot of the guys I picked. But I think that's just lack of technique. You know, other than Skoronski, I thought the guys I picked were really raw in the technique department. He's not a guy, like you said, who's going to, hey, we need you to pull. We need you to pull right now and go kill somebody. That's not him. But in the power, that's what he is. He's a road grader. In the pass pro, I think he's got the tools, whether it's the long-ass arms that Steve Avila doesn't have, to make up for it. Yeah. He's huge, dude. He's humongous.
Yeah, great base and balance.
Yeah,
he's always balanced.
Oh, my God, this guy's going to anchor.
Yes, he's always balanced. Look, the one bad thing about him that I saw that kind of scared me was the Jalen Carter tape. I think Jalen Carter got the best of him at times, and he didn't handle it well.
One thing we should say for Osiris is the quarterback is difficult to block for. It's not like, hey, just hold him up. It's like, oh, I'm blocking him right, but Anthony Richardson's right behind me now because he's scrambling. And that's not a dig. It's just a reality of the situation. It's always a little more difficult to block for a scrambling quarterback because sometimes he's naturally going to be like, oh, shit, my guy's scrambling. Let me just hold or I'm going to give up a sack. Yeah. You know what I mean? the balancing you said, he has good balance. Sometimes I just saw him, and I'm nitpicking a little bit. I think he's good at finding stunts and stuff. Like the stunt will come, he'll pick it up. I think he transferred to Florida, and I think he really played well, other than anyone not named Jalen Carter. And I attest that more to Jalen Carter is a monster than Osiris sucks.
Yeah, well, I think that's gonna be the death of him is athletic D tackles or someone that's a freak like Jalen Carter.
But that's kind of the death of a lot of the guys.
Lot of linemen.
To me, he's a better Chance Warmack. Much better.
To me, he has Ravens written all over him. Yeah, I think the Ravens are going to draft him.
God, I'm sure Lamar can't wait. Thanks for the wide receiver.
Exactly. But work on his pass pro, and I think he'll be fine, man. I'm a big fan of Osiris Torrence. Torrence.
Yeah.
My comp for him was Anthony Davis from the 49ers.
Oh, I like it. I like that a lot. Yeah, there's big-ass dudes, man. So he's my number 2. You're number 5. So we hit all your list. Anything else you want to add real quick to your list?
I'm going to say this. I know I don't have as many tackles as you, and I know that we're going to go over the Ohio State guys, But I just feel like these 5 guys that I have, none of them are really projects. I don't feel that way.
High floor.
Yeah, they're really high floor.
I agree.
Guys.
I agree with the way.
That's what I kind of aimed for. I kind of aim for that for a lot of these lists, and I have faith that these guys have room to improve at the same time, but they can day one start, and it's hard for me to see them fail when they get there. For these other guys that we're gonna go over on your list, they have high fucking
upside.
High upside, but
a little raw.
There's a good possibility they can fall straight on their face.
Paris Johnson, I think, is a good example. I don't think the buzz factor is as high as you think for him. He's my number 1 tackle, Ohio State.
He was close for me.
6'6", humongous, super tall, but he's not like Evan Neal. Evan Neal was like 6'5", 350, and it was like, wow, that looks great. This guy's 313. He's a little light, super long arms. 36.5-inch arms, 96th percentile. Put up a good bench press. I love the frame for him. He's a really good athlete. He moves well in space. You don't see a lot of big guys move like that.
Fluid hips.
Very fluid hips. He can mirror very well. The technique is good. It's not Skoronski. He's not a technician. Sometimes he gets beat, but he's got these really good recoverability, which I like, which I really liked about him. Yeah. The one thing I didn't like is sometimes I saw the anchor kind of be like, oh, you're getting a little pushed.
Below average anchor.
Yeah.
Bad pad level.
Yeah, because he's so tall. And that's natural. We can coach that up. Over here, come to Philadelphia. We'll coach you up. We coached up a rugby player. We can coach you up, no problem. And that's really the big thing. And it's sometimes he's more finesse than power.
But you know what?
I think the speed guys were really fast. He'll have no problem with.
He punishes people in the run game.
He will. But I'm saying if you're coming off the edge and it's like, say it's like who's a really fast, like Josh Allen just wants to get around the edge. He'll be better against that than it'll be. Here's Khalil Mack. I'm going to stick my arm in your chest. The one good thing is he's got long arms to kind of protect himself. But if someone can get up under him, they're going to move his ass. Yeah. That's the one thing I was a little skeptical on, but I think we can fix that. Yeah. We can coach that up. I'm going to tie him into Dawand Jones. Comp, I had he's a better Mike McGlinchey a little bit. That's what I kind of
have Jack Conklin if he really winds up working.
I feel like McGlinchey and Conklin are very similar. Yeah. So Dawand Jones, his teammate. This is why I went with him at 3. And I'm sure this was the most surprising one to you. This guy is a fucking mountain. He's 6'8", 375 pounds, which I don't love. I don't love that. 36 and 3/8 arms. Ran a decent 40 for his size, I would say.
He is athletic for his size.
He is humongous. So, I'm sometimes I get into one of the things I love about Mekhi Becton. It's like, oh, you just don't move him. This guy's the anchor he's the anchor of the anchors. The only way to move him is to get him off balance. So if you beat him, you hit him with a little outside jump back inside. But his arms are so freaking long, he'll get beat and he'll just give you a little nudge and you're like, oh shit. And there's a reason CJ Stroud has all day sometimes. And I watched him against Aiden Hutchinson the year before. I thought he did a pretty good freaking job. And I was like, holy crap. Yeah. Like Aiden gets, when Aiden tried to bull rush him, no, that's not how it's going to work. This guy is raw. I would love if he lost like 20 pounds. Yeah. Just to like be a little, because you don't need to be 375. And I get he's huge. He's 6'8", right? Because even though he's 370, it's not like, oh, that guy's fat. That guy's obese. He's not. He's just big. He's just really freaking big. He moves well, but I don't think you're going to be like, hey, we want you to pull right here and go get that linebacker that's been bugging us. Yeah, that's not him.
No.
He's immovable. And the one thing is just play with a little bit better balance. But I think if you lost a little bit of weight, it'd be a little better, the balance. And the pad level sometimes, he's 6'8". He plays with a high pad level, but it still doesn't really matter because he's so freaking big. He's Trent Brown.
Yeah, that's
It's
the only guy.
He's 6'8", 370, yeah.
That is succeed.
Orlando Brown's a big dude too, but he's not that big.
Yeah, exactly. And I think
Orlando Brown Sr., yeah.
And Orlando Brown was way more technically sound.
Absolutely.
And
but I don't think this guy's the athlete. Orlando Brown's not the athlete this guy is.
I mean, I want to pop up some of his basketball because he's a basketball player too. Back in his heyday.
Was he?
Yeah.
So like Broderick?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Dawand Jones.
Oh my! I didn't realize he was. Yeah, 6'8". Yeah, you gotta play basketball. Oh yeah. No, I saw it at the combine. Yeah, he is. Yeah. He'll get grabby. Another little con. He'll get grabby.
One thing about him is there's gonna be limited spots for him to fit. A lot of times cross him out the list.
New England's gonna be like, yes, sir. Philadelphia Eagles, yes, sir. New England. Las Vegas. Oh yeah, we'll take him. San Francisco, not on your life. San Francisco, but they had Trent Brown, but that wasn't really Kyle Shanahan. They got rid of him pretty quick.
Yeah, look, depends way too much on his hands because his hands are stone, bro. It's like once he gets his hands on
you're dead.
You're dead. So that causes for bad technique because he depends way too much on his athletic ability rather than his technique. And that's going to be an issue, man. And it's going to take a lot of coaching. And he's a penalty machine waiting to happen. I'm sorry. He's going to get called for a lot of... It's sad to say.
Yeah, he gets
because
grabby.
College, they don't call shit. In the NFL, they call all that shit.
Yeah. No, he can be grabby, but I believe just in the athletic tools. And it's not like he can't move. I think he moves better than Trent Brown did.
Yeah.
With the long-ass arms.
He's athletic as fuck.
Yeah, I agree.
For his size.
Yeah.
Let's go to...
Wouldn't you love if he lost 20, 30 pounds?
I think he kind of loses a little bit of that, though.
He does, but I still think it's more than most.
Yeah. Like you said, a little bit.
Other guy you could say was Mekhi Becton, just because they're both massive guys. But Mekhi's not as tall, right? How tall is Mekhi Becton? 6'4"?
Yeah. He's not 6'8".
I'll tell you right now.
He's humongous, but he's not fucking Dawand Jones.
Mekhi's 6'6". 364. Yeah, this guy's a little bit bigger.
Dawand has 10 pounds on him.
Yeah, so at that point, 10 pounds.
And don't you think that that's not playing weight?
No. But he's not. I don't think his body's horrible.
No.
Do you think?
No.
Okay, so my last guy, we covered 4 with Skoronski, and we talked about him. Broderick
Jones, Georgia, 6'5", 311. Some of the pros I had for him, man. He's super athletic. He's basically your new age left tackle.
Hey, we're going to run a counter. We need you to pull.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yes, sir.
Long arms.
Very long arms. The worst thing he's too aggressive. He's off balance at times. And he's very young. He's 21. He's only played 2 years college football. He'll reach out and he'll get thrown down. And I hate that. I hate when tackles get thrown down. And yeah, you could say Paris Johnson does. First of all, every tackle at some point does. But this guy, I think, had a little bit more of a problem with it than the other guys. He doesn't really... I like his anchor. He doesn't really get pushed back that much. Sometimes he will, because he's not he's not Dawand Jones. He's not 350, 75 pounds. He's 310. So I think that's going to blow. The pad level sometimes can get sloppy, and so can the footwork. Because he's just so athletic. He's like, let me just slide my big feet around. But it's not like, okay, I'm going to kick step, take a step, punch. It's not that. It's sometimes just like, I'm so athletic. Who can beat me? The only other guy who's on my level is on my team. It's like no one's who Trayvon Walker. It's like those are the guys. And him and Trayvon Walker went back and forth. So
he's a ball of clay.
You can mold him. I think you can put him in anywhere, really, and he'll fit. Mm-hmm. And the question is, how good will he get? Exactly. And I can see why Juan would be skeptical.
This is my number 6 guy.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I really did like him. I wanted to put him in there. I just like the guards a little bit more. Mm-hmm. To me, it can take some time, and maybe he turns into an Andrew Thomas.
I wrote Andrew Thomas. This is a Georgia bias thing, though, but yeah.
But to me, it's looking like a lesser Garrett Bowles.
I think just Garrett Bowles is good. We don't have to say lesser. There's no such thing as a lesser Garrett Bowles.
But, I mean, that's what scares me, man. And
He can be a mauler in the run game. But I think part of that's just Georgia. Like, Georgia's like, hey, we run the ball in Georgia.
yeah.
We're going to impose our will.
But super athletic, bro. Very athletic.
I think he ran a sub 540, which is really good.
And this is the age of new tackles, man. They like these guys work.
I feel like there's two types of tackle in the NFL. It's the big, massive guys who don't move, and it's these guys who just freakishly move.
Yeah.
There's not really like Jordan Maitala might be the mix of both because of the rugby background, but he's 6'6", like 350, and he moves like a freak. Who's the tackle for the Raiders? Colt Miller. He's humongous,
But
he can move. Yeah. So there's two guys who are blended, but Laramie Tunsil's like your old school. He's not like 350, but he's like 320.
Let's be clear. None of these tackles are Laramie Tunsil.
No. I don't think there's a Tristan Wirfs in here. But coming out, I don't think we were that high on Tristan Wirfs.
Yeah, the only guy I'm really high on, the unfortunate thing is that he's a center.
So is there a tackle on this list who can have an all-pro rookie year? Skoronski? I would say Paris Johnson could. In the right system.
I was looking forward to Paris Johnson because a lot of people have the Raiders mocked with Paris Johnson. And I'm just like, let me start off watching film on this guy. And I was really disappointed.
I think it's a very deep class, though. You can find a good tackle, like a solid tackle, like Jalen Duncan from Maryland. I think he's solid. Yeah. Oh, Cody Munch. I can't say his name right now. Munch. No front teeth, which is crazy.
I think he's good, too.
I think he'll be a great guard. And he played guard at Senior Bowl.
He's going to play tackle.
I think he's really good.
Yeah. I really like Cody Munch. I think he's going to be a day two guy, no doubt. Another guy that I want to talk about, Anton Harrison from Oklahoma, 6'4".
Really good. Mm-hmm.
My comp for him, Bobby Evans.
I also liked, what's his name, out of, I'm curious. There was another tackle out of Georgia, the right tackle. I like him too. He's just a solid football player, man. There's a guard from Bama, Emil Ikior Jr. Yeah. Solid, rock solid.
There's another guy from Bama too. I'm forgetting his name right now.
Yeah, but there's a lot of solid in this. Like I wouldn't be surprised if you got
the guards are fucking deep.
Yeah, I like the guards. There's a guy from USC, Voorhees, who's solid. Who's solid. He's like 20. He's like 27, but yeah. So I think if you're in need for an O lineman, whether it's just average to good, you're in luck. And the NFL always needs linemen. So I think you're gonna just be fine. There's gonna be a run on tackles in the first round, so we don't know how many are gonna go. Yeah. How many do you want to say? How many do you want to say?
Tackles, man, I would say at least 4.
Yeah, I think 5, and we're like, wow.
I feel like Darnell goes in the first round.
Skronski, for sure.
Skronski goes in the first round.
Paris
Johnson.
Broderick.
Broderick.
Dawand could sneak in.
He definitely can sneak in, but I don't think it happens.
Just depends when the run starts.
Yes.
And we know the run's not starting until about 5.
Yes.
Because 3 of the top 5 picks in my book are QBs.
Over, under 4.5. Where are you going? Under?
Tackles?
Yeah. That's the
I'd go over. Right, I'd go over.
I'm going over for sure. I think 5.
So you want to hit the superlatives?
Yeah.
Best pass blocker in the O-line would be
Darnell Wright.
Skoronski. Okay. Best run blocker.
Steve Avila. No, John Michael-Schmidtz. Take that back. Sorry.
You're good. I'm going to go with Osiris.
Okay.
Boom or bust?
Oh, Dawand Jones.
Glad we're agreeing on that one.
Dawand Jones for sure.
Pro ready.
Peter.
Skronski?
Yeah.
I'm going to go with that too. Highest ceiling.
Highest ceiling, Dawand Jones.
I'm going to go Broderick. And the highest floor.
Oh, Peter. No, I'm going to go John Michael-Schmidtz.
I'm going to agree with you on that. And that's it for me. You got anything else you want to add?
Yeah, that's it, man. That's it for linemen.
How many old linemen are going to go in the first round? How about that? Over under 7.
I think you said 10 earlier.
Yeah, it's a little high.
How many went last year?
In the O-line?
Yeah. Because I think Osiris goes in the first. John Michael-Schimtz maybe doesn't. He can probably get out. Man, that's tough. No, 7's too high. Maybe 6. 5 or 6. Because a lot of these guys, they're just going to hold off and get them in round 2. That's what's going to happen.
8. Wow. A quarter of the picks.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go 6 or 7.
Over under 7.5. Wow. 6.5. 6.5. Make it real tough. I go over.
Go over to be on the safe side.
Okay, I like it.
I just think a lot of these guys they're gonna wait until the second round. Day 2, they're gonna fly off.
Oh yeah, imagine Darnell Wright's there, like in the second round.
Yeah, really good year for the trenches.
Very good, both sides.
Yeah, both sides. That's gonna do it though, man. We hope you guys enjoyed it. All right. Very different in this one. Very different.
I think that's a theme so far.
That's the theme. Nah, we're kind of on the same page with some of the offense. But as far as today recording, we're finished with the offense. Hopefully we got some defense out there. And we hope you guys enjoy this. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. Hit that like button. It helps out tremendously, bro. It gets us on the algorithm and gets us a chance to be recommended to more people and just get the brand out there, bro.
We're trying.
Yeah. We hope you guys like the setup. Brought it back by popular demand. But we'll see you guys draft day. Make sure to hit our live stream up for raw reactions for all 32 picks of the first round. Tradition here, year 3 of doing this. And it's fun, man. I always love this.
Would you say last year was the favorite draft we've had?
No.
Oh no, we've only had 2 drafts.
Yeah.
The first one was the worst for sure.
No.
The blackout?
Oh, like
doing the draft, like the show.
Yeah. Last year.
And you guys took Leatherwood.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Last year was awesome. A lot of trades.
Yeah, the draft was awesome, but the prospects for the first one
were special.
Yeah, because you had Lawrence, you had Trey Lance, like
last year quarterbacks sucked.
Yeah. But draft experience last year was great.
Absolutely.
So hopefully we have another great one. We are gonna have a great one because you guys are gonna join us. All right. We appreciate you guys. We are out. Peace.